Season membership campaign for Port Adelaide. It's up and about. We are Port Adelaide. Get onto that website, not the Port Adelaide website. I'm sure if you do, you can follow the links and get to it, but it's www.weareportadelaide. Matty Primus, our guest. We've still got a fair bit more to get through. Let's get straight to one of them that we're all excited about. Well, I am. Leon Davis. Neon Leon. I can see him in your colours, Matt.
Yeah, we had a chat to Leon early last week, just more to see where he's at with his footy and how interested he is in continuing playing at AFL level and playing at a pretty high level. So I think we're well aware he wants to be in Perth or Adelaide, close to his wife's families from here or his family's from there. So, it was mainly just a great chat to see where he's at with his footy and if he really wants to keep being the best he can be. And he certainly come across as if he does. So, that'll play out in the next couple of weeks. We'd probably see he could really fill a pretty valuable spot for us down back there without taking up a spot of any of our young kids who are developing in that area. So we're going to weigh that up. But yeah, he was pretty impressive.
The only negativity I can see is there are some fans that may very well say, and I'd love your response to this, well, you moved Chad on because of his age, you went down the youth path, and now you're going to recruit a 30-year-old?
Oh, well, as I said, it's about playing in a position where we think we've got a needs basis, and it's not going to take up games of our youth. And, I think Leo played whatever you want to call it, half-back, back pocket, or he played in the back line, and, that would release a Jasper Pittard or someone like that to come up and play on ball more. So, it's not as if it's a key position player where we have young developing guys in that area. So, but we're talking to a few other mature age guys, and we'll see what plays out by the end of November in the draft.
Big role in the game, isn't it? That sort of quarterback role that he played, where you give him the ball, let him run and carry or hit somebody. And you're right, Peter did it for a while, and his leg is nice, but probably not at that level. And such a big kick and such a big part of the game now, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It definitely helps your movement a lot. And what he also showed was he can defend pretty well too, one-on-one, which you've got to be pretty good at nowadays. So, obviously having an All-Australian year, he had a pretty good year in that regard. So it was really just a matter for us as a footy club just to see where he's at. And is he still driven to have the year that he had last year? And he's certainly come across that manner.
You grooming a player for that role? I mean, obviously you are, but is there somebody in your club you think can fill that role in the next couple of years?
Oh, look, we played Jasper and Benny Jacobs played a handful of games down there. Piercy finished off playing down there the last month of his footy and played pretty well down there. So it's an important position. We'll see what evolves. But we definitely, I'd like to think we could groom a couple of players to play there. But we want to get as many talented players up through our midfield as we can.
So have you told him you're going to pick him up, or have you told him you're in the shuffle?
No, we've had a chat and we said we're going to leave it at that and see where it goes. And
does he want a bigger commitment than that?
No, he was going to have a chat to his manager and see where it's at from there. So as I said, that'll play out soon. But he wasn't saying I need to know right now.
Okay, and other clubs knocking? Are you under the belief other clubs are knocking?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, so if it come down to money and bidding, have you got enough in the cap to
we're not going to pay over the odds for it by any stretch. But, if it depends, I suppose, what he's after and what he wants. And as I said, that'll play out over the next few weeks.
Because as a coach, you can say to your list manager, I want him. Yeah. And whatever it costs, I want him. Yeah, so you haven't said that?
No, I haven't said that,
no. I wowould.
We were going to do
I think it'd be fantastic. Look, I do. I've declared my hand.
We're into talking to a few other players, and we've got a good meeting next week, so we'll come further down that path as we get along.
2012 schedule came out. I think the Crows would have picked up theirs and thought, early for Christmas, got a dream one. I mean, I know they'll deny it and say you've still got to win. We understand all that, but no question, got a dream one. You didn't. You got a stinker. I mean, your first 4 games, you could not have said, you couldn't have picked, not worse games, but that's a tough gig for a team that finished where you finished.
Well, look, I suppose with draws, that people are going to review them straight on last year's performances, and some teams are going to drop out of the 8 and some are going to go in. So at the end of this year or the end of next season, we'll know if it was a tough start or not. But they're good teams. We've got straight up. But I'm excited by that because we've got a huge and long pre-season where we're going to be fit and ready to go come round 1 against St Kilda at home.
You'll be up, you'll get them up early.
Yeah, we'll be up and ready to go for that, and we'll all be about preparing ourselves not to be peaking for round 1, but make sure we're ready to go for that, and use the NAB Cup games ready to go for that. So, it is a tough start for the teams that how they positioned themselves last year. But St Kilda at home, and then Essendon in Melbourne. Teams that are evolving too. St Kilda have got a new coach. Essendon are certainly developing as they went along. So, look, it's not the teams that finished down the bottom, but I'm excited by the challenge of facing those 2 teams straight up.
People want to know who they were. You've mentioned them. St Kilda at home, that's April 1, Sunday. Essendon at Port Adelaide at Etihad, that's Saturday. Then you've got Sydney Swans at home. And then you've got Collingwood at Etihad, and then the showdown. So you're right, it is tough, but a draw's a draw.
Oh, a draw's a draw, that's right. And, I know if you get off to a good start and get that belief going, who knows what can happen. And, West Coast did that last year. I think they just got over the line against North in round one, played us and just beat us, and then they just won their third round and round three, and look what happened from there.
Matt, off to New Zealand on a training camp. Is it confirmed, and when will you go?
Yeah, we're going today fortnight. We're just going for 5 days, just to about an hour and a half out of Christchurch. It's not a high altitude or anything like that. It's a bit of team bonding, do some exercise together, do some football stuff, and just get away and get with each other for 4 or 5 days. We did it back in 2000 and started 2004, and we got a real kick along by doing anything. So we're going back to the same area, with apart from probably 3 or 4 players, a real different group of guys.
So if you had the coin, would you love to have done altitude training? Or actually, we had Cam Falloon on. I thought he answered it well. If I had an unlimited amount of money, I might look at it. But he said, I reckon you can spend your money more wisely on other things, and that's what we do. And I thought he answered that well. Yeah,
look, there's no doubt. If you had an unlimited budget, why not? Why wouldn't you go and do it and see if you can get that extra 1 or 2%? But we're happy we're doing this. We're going to have a month of good training into them before we go, and then we come back and we've got another 3.5 weeks before Christmas.
You're a believer in the camps? I mean, you would have come through the old school when the camps were
camps
genuine camps.
Yeah. Look, I think they have their place. Not every year, I don't think, but I think they have their place every now and then. And I think this one will come at a good time for us to really just get away. And it's going to be no doubt about what we're going to stand for the season. Do a bit of footy specific stuff, and also get out amongst the wilderness and enjoy each other's company.
Can you keep your old school and semi-old school beliefs in the modern game now, or are they so archaic they just don't fit the modern player?
Oh, look, your modern beliefs of having competitive players and players that can win their own ball and win one-on-one contests or 2-on-2, or if you're outnumbered, win those contests. You had to see the grand final, and I know those last 10, 12 minutes before half-time when Collingwood looked like they were getting on top. Geelong just won some great one-on-one contests, and even I think it was Christensen's little contest out there on the flank where he beat two of them. Those things still win you the big games. Yep. And, kicking and your plans you have in place and your structures, if you don't win enough of the ball, as we found last year, you're not going to be in game. So that, if you want to call it archaic, that still was 100 years ago, and it probably still is going to be in 100 years' time. If you're going to be able to compete and win your own ball, if you can't do that, you'll survive for little bits of AFL footy, but not for long enough.
We had a text from Lynn from Loberthal, 1999 1395. Did Tyson Edwards beat half the team around in a fitness test on the weekend?
No, he didn't. He could have, though, I reckon, and we did some hill running after that, and he could have beaten half of them again. So that's why I'm not saying we're not getting Leon, because we might get Tyson in the pre-season draft.
I heard he
development coach. Yeah, he did. He's still in pretty good nick. So
can he be a mature age rookie?
Yeah, he can be. Yeah, we could use him for that. So
at 39?
It's mature age.
No, he's going to be a great pickup for you. I'm that excited for him. Pick 6, you've got pick 6. We'll move on to that. GWS have got the first 5. Please tell me that the influence of Mark Williams down at GWS will give you a leg up and allow Chad Wingard to be there at 6. Please tell me you've made that phone call.
I'd like to make that phone call.
Because he owes you.
Yes. Well, he was obviously having a good chat to Brogues and Chad during the year, so... look, we'll see what falls out. GWS are playing their cards pretty close to their chest. Normally, I think most people know how the top 5 or 6 is going to fall, but we probably don't. But we've done our due diligence on all the guys we want to pick, and whoever we get out of that top 6 is going to be a pretty good play for us.
Will it be on needs, or will it be on the best footballer available at 6?
A little bit of both. I think a little bit of both. I think there's some 3 or 4 terrific midfielders. What they're saying is the top 6. There's a pretty good ruckman amongst it. I think the key position guy, Patton's going to be long gone before we get there. So, I think we're going to get a pretty good player either through the midfield or down back, and we'll see what plays out from there. But our recruiters, Jeff Parker, headed by Jeff Parker, done a pretty good job, and we're excited by who we're going to get.
Do you rate him, Wingard? You seen enough of him?
Yeah. Saw a bit of him during the year, and seen enough of him on the tape over the last month or so. So he's an exciting player and got plenty of talent.
Will you fill your list, or will you save a spot for pre-season?
Probably lean towards having a spot in the pre-season pick in the pre-season draft for sure.
Anything locally you like, mature age-wise, or?
There's a couple of mature age ones here, so we'll probably see what falls out of pick 6, and we know we've got Brad and Brent Renouf on our list, so probably that pick there will be a bit more needs basis.
Okay, beautiful.
Well, Matt, well done, mate. That went really quick, didn't it? You had 4 coffees, 15 litres of water.
And we didn't even touch on Daniel Norton and Dolly Parton.
Oh, do not. Now, do you know the story that your media liaison manager, Daniel Norton, was at the Dolly Parton concert, 3 rows back, took his top off, jumped on the seat and sung 9 to 5. Now I would take him into your office and have a good stern word with him, Daniel.
Why didn't he have his port jumper on when he did it?
Yeah,
That's what we'd be asking. But the boys always run a book when they come in here. How often can Daniel get on? And once again, he's got us talking about him.
Well done. Okay, here it is. weareportadelaide.com.au. Log on. 36,500 bone last year.
Yep.
Hopefully get a lot more than that. It's a fantastic membership campaign. Get on the website, follow the links, away you go. Matty, all the best, mate. Second year, fantastic. And we're here. We are Port Adelaide.
Thanks for having me in, guys.
Good on you,
Cheers.